Welcome back to The Road Show. This morning in The Buzz, Cranston School Committee is looking at relaxing the district's rules on advertising. They say allowing ads on their new scoreboards at 2 city athletic fields could generate some new revenue and also help balance the school budget. The move would also allow the school department to accept gifts, including those 2 school boards that come with 4 ads on them. Under their current policy, prominent display and permanent ads are banned from school property. Other advertising ideas that are also being considered: installing TVs in public areas of schools, such as lobbies, with a mix of news and ads. School officials say they'll have to be careful, though, about the advertising. So far, taxpayers that we spoke with support the idea.
We have a right to be concerned because we got to be very careful that we balance, the raising of funds and what's appropriate to advertise.
I think it's a great idea as long as it doesn't take any money from the taxpayers.
I am supportive of, the project, and at least them considering, appropriate advertising at Cranston Stadium, because in these difficult times we're got to be creative.
All right, now listen, no tobacco or alcohol ads would be allowed at all, but what would be allowed is still determined. So off the top, do you think it's a good idea, guys?
I think the scoreboards are a fine idea. I think having television sets in the lobbies of your school,
that's pushing it.
That's probably a little bit of a distraction.
Yeah, at first, when we were talking about what is our buzz topic today, I almost thought this really isn't a buzz, because I think it's a great idea, but then really when you start to get down to the nitty-gritty and you think about it, you're going to have to set specific guidelines about what's going to be accepted and not accepted. I think you're going to spell it out, specifically, these items or these products are fine, these are not. You know what I mean? So that there's no gray area.
But I think it's a great idea, especially because schools are so low on budgets in general. So things like a scoreboard. I mean, you might think, well, does it really need a scoreboard? But that's a huge part of bringing teams together, bringing families together to watch a game. Just even something as an example like a scoreboard. But I think taking the money from advertisers who want to use that, again, it's not alcohol, it's not tobacco, right. They would be appropriate for children that age. They're exposed to advertising all the time.
Everywhere.
So what's another ad or 2 on, a school board of some kind to raise money for the school?
I think, too, you look at Cranston specifically, and I don't remember the exact programs or sports that were going to be cut or on the chopping block, but I know we here at Eyewitness News have covered a bunch where I think it was, maybe the lesser grades, lower grades, we're looking at losing some sports altogether. I'm sure many of the parents of those kids would say, hey, I'd rather see a Coke or a Pepsi ad on the scoreboard and get those programs reinstated in Cranston, because the benefits of those programs outweigh whatever little negative there might be from those ads,
And then you don't have to take away from their own taxes to now put back into the school. It's kind of, it's
what would you not want to see? I mean, besides, the obvious, like tobacco. What about, like, unhealthy food?
You know what?
Candy or, no?
Put
it all there. Doesn't matter to you. They're going to eat it, right?
Well, not that it doesn't matter to me, but, I don't think if they're gonna police what's on a scoreboard at a game, what are they gonna start not advertising for M&Ms on TV because they make it fat? I mean, no. I mean, so there's nothing else that they can put on a scoreboard that can be any worse than what my kids are seeing on TV.
And some of the fields you have to drive to. So on their way from school to the field, they're probably passing by a million ads anyways. So they're gonna see them regardless. I mean, if that's really impacting someone's, oh my gosh, I have to drink soda now. It's like, okay, really? You would have drank it if you wanted to.
I think it's a win for the school. Take the money and invest it in the kids.
The thing is too is that, it kills me to see schools having to cut things because of budgets, and especially sports, because I played sports. My kids play sports. It's great for the kids. We all know that, and so this can help, right, Courtney? I mean, especially in your neck of the woods, it's a good thing, because we read about that stuff on the news last year about all the sports that were going to get canceled, not only in Cranston, but across the state because of the money.
I know it. Yeah, I'm from Cranston originally. I do mention that a lot here on the show, and I hope it helps with the budget there. But we do have some parents who are concerned about advertisements in school for their kids, so we'll read some of those comments. Everyone seems to be okay with it so far on the live blog, but Facebook's another story. This one's from Jean, and she says, although I'm so tired of being bombarded with ads all over the place, as long as they're in good taste and will help raise some revenue, I'm okay with it. Tripp says, I think it's fine for them to have a little advertising at the schools. I'm sure there'll be some caveats to it, but overall, why not? The schools need the money and definitely have a great opportunity there. Here's the poll right underneath the live blog on our homepage. What's your reaction to advertisements in schools? A, ads don't belong in school environments, or B, it's okay if it helps the financial issues. We have about 10 or 12 comments so far on our Facebook page. Everyone's been buzzing about it since about 8 this morning. And Amanda Smith said as long as the ads are age appropriate and kids are taught proper consumer skills at an early age, then go ahead and have them. Every little bit helps. Rachel says it's a great idea. Not only will it help the school, it will help boost the local economy. And Eileen Rodriguez says the only thing that should be displayed should be the Dare Say No to Drugs, Scholastic Book Fair, and after-school programs. So she is definitely opposed to that, and a few others as well. If you live in Cranston and you're okay with it or not okay with it, come on the live blog and we'll chat about it till the end of the show, and I'll have those poll results for you then.